Welcome back. Now we will have a look at the book that you will choose. And please take time to choose carefully, because if you do and you have a feeling for the book that you will read, you will be able to write a really good review. So listen with your friends, read reviews on the internet, or if you have seen a film that you felt this is good, perhaps you should read the book, because then this is something that you will keep on doing for some time. So please pick a book that you really like. And as you're reading, be active and critical. Don't just discover what the author wants you to see, but engage with the text. Check it up. And I know you're not allowed to make any notes in the book, so please take a piece of paper, put it in the passage or on the side where you think this is interesting, I'll go back here. Because later on you may have many papers, but there is something called kill your darlings, and that is you need to pick what is best later on. But that is something that you will do afterwards. If you're fond of ebooks, please, there are classics found to read for free at www.gutenberg.org. And one thing that I really would like to mention is that there is something called false friends in English, and that is when a Swedish word and an English word sounds the same but means different things. And regarding a novel in English, it means en roman in Swedish, a book. So never ever think that a Swedish novell is a book. A short story in English is equivalent to a novell in Swedish. So when I ask you, or any other of your teachers ask you, please pick a good novel, think book, and you'll do fine. So now some general ideas what to think about when writing book reviews. And I know there is a lot of small details. I have this gigantic screen while you haven't. So please download the PDF or the PowerPoint presentation so you can have a look at the small details here later on. What you need to think about, some basic facts, as I mentioned, with the title, the genre, the writer. A few lines, not half a page, please. And then you can pick between a few things here, what you would like to focus on. How about the setting? Then you refer to the time and to the place, where and when the story takes place. But there is so much you can do here. What surroundings, what social environment, what country, are they rich, are they poor, what period in history? Is there anything that will help you to see this setting in front of your eyes if you close them? Are there sounds, smells, colors, the weather? Do you feel it's realistic? Why? Why not? Is the purpose of the author to make you really feel that as if you're inside the story? And then we come to the characters. Who is it really about? How are they described? Not just the looks, but the character, their behavior. Are they realistic or not? Can you motivate why? Do they change in the story when things happen to them? Would you describe them as good or bad? You know, if you describe a person as really good and you have bad people around, then the good person looks a lot better. Don't you agree? Or are they presented as archetypes, the bad, evil stepmother, or the beautiful blonde, or what are they? And who is the main character? Is the main character also the one who is a narrator, that means telling the story? Or is there somebody else describing from the outside these people? If so, how do you get to know what they're like inside? The interaction between the people. And then we come to the plot. Many of you are really, really good here at summarizing the plot. I'm not interested in, and neither are my colleagues, about knowing what happens in the story, because hopefully we've read the books. But we would like to know your point of view here. What happens in the book? What do you find interesting? What is the climax that makes things change in the book? Do you think it's a good change? Does it really work? Why? Why not? It says what kind of ending is it. You need not tell us the ending, but you can say if it's happy or sad or how you felt leaving the book. Are there many parallel stories in the book? And if so, what is the function of those stories? Then we come to something that you need to find actually to present at the beginning, and that's the theme. What is this story really about? Is it love, poverty, betrayal, never giving up? Is there anything to learn from the story? And we have language and technique. This could be tricky. But some of you read books like 1984 or Animal Farm and so on, and then it's about symbolism, and there is a reason why the author has chosen this specific way of writing, and then you need to mention something about that. And then we have the conclusion. And here you're free to add your personal comments, opinions. What have you got to say about this? Why do you think like this? Do you dislike or like the book? Why? Would you want anyone else to read it? Would you recommend it? So remember, in this book review here, what is really important is that you motivate your opinions. Why and why not? Not just presenting facts or summarizing. So if you get an interesting thought here when you read the book, put it a small note on a paper inside the book so you can go back. That is what I felt when I read it, because few of us have time to read a book in one evening and then directly begin to write a book review. So we might forget what we have thought about something specific in the book. So and later on I will continue with going into detail about how you should structure this book review in the next film. So welcome back.